Right then, this is Sharky from SHAR-KADE. Now, I'm going to do quite a long video today. I'm going to show off some of the new 16TB PC titles. Now, our 16TB Hyperspin setup does consist mainly that extra drive of just next-gen PC titles and PC titles on the PC Plus games. Now, let's take a look in there and see what needs to be added, because I'll also show off how to add your own media, theme and reload. So we'll have a nice collection of PC titles here, next gen titles. So we'll have Assassin's Creed collection there. We have a nice Batman collection. We have the new Battletoads on there. Bayonetta, Beyond Two Souls, BioShock Infinite. Now we'll have Borderlands 1, 2 and 3 and the prequel on there. We also have Cobra Kai added on there. We have Crash Bandicoot 4. Curse of the Dead Gods will be getting removed, I believe. There's a controller issue with that. So we'll have Cyberpunk 2077. Dandy Ace, we have Darksiders 3. Now I am just getting Days Gone, and that's going to be added to Wheelock, so I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Dead Cells, Dead or Alive 6, Dead Rising 1, 2 and 3. Dead Space 1, 2 and 3, sorry. And Dead Rising 4, Death Stranded, Detroit Become Human, not a cool title. Devil May Cry 5, Disco Elysium, which is a keyboard and mouse game. Exit Limbo, Far Cry 4, 5, New Dawn Primal, FIFA 19, EX, Fighting Layer EX, Forza Horizon 4. Now I've had a little go of that, and man, it's cool on the PC. Never played it on the Xbox, but it's a really cool game on the PC. Fury, G.I. Joe Operation Blackout, Garfield, and just tons and tons of new games. Hades, as well as another cool title. Hellblade, Homefront, The Revolution, Horizon Dawn Zero, Hotline Miami 1 and 2, Immortals Phoenix Rising, another new title. It Takes Two, which I believe you need 2 players for that game. Cares and the Wild Masks, Kingdom Hearts 3, Little Nightmares 1 and 2, Mafia Definitive Edition, and number 3 as well. Metal Gear Solid 5, not a cool title. Mortal Kombat 11, NBA Playgrounds 2, Playgrounds 1. Another new game I've got to add the Wheeload for is Neon Wings Areas. And then we'll have Persona 5, Rage 2, Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 2 the Remake, Resident Evil 3 the Remake, Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil 7. I'm waiting on Resident Evil 8, I believe, as well to add to the setup. Resident Evil Revelations 2, Rising Hell, Samurai Showdown, another cool game. Shank 2, we have Shaolin vs Wu-Tang 1 and 2, Shire, we have the South Park series, Spirited Roots, Spyro the Reignited Trilogy is also been added and tested, now just needs media. Street Fighter 5, I believe that's a Champion Edition, which has all the extra DLC and stuff like that. We have Team Sonic Racing, we have Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Portal Power, Dark Crystal, Evil Within 1 and 2. We have House of the Dead Overkill, King of Fighters 14, Outer Worlds, The Takeover, which I've just also fixed that game, and the Pathless, which I believe is another new title. I was playing that as well, it was pretty cool. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD, now I played that as well. That's remade quite well. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Werewolf, The Apocalypse Earth Blood is another new title as well. I believe you can get that on the PS5. Windbound, Wolfenstein, 2K Battlegrounds, Ninja Gaiden Z, Yakuza 0, Yakuza 3, Yakuza 4, Yakuza 5, Yakuza 6. And that's it for the games. So when you're at the main menu of Hyperspin, hold the Alt key, press F4. You will have a black screen. You will not have this screen to start with. So you would hold Control Alt and press the Delete key. Then you would head over to Task Manager, go to File, Run New Task. Then you'll click Explorer.exe, press OK, and then you'll just close down any windows. Now you will come to the desktop of the main OS. Yours may end up looking a little different. Now, what I've noticed in Rocket Launcher, for some reason, on my main drive, there was the main gun games. One of them wasn't set up to the right emulator. So if you come across the MAME shooters and it's not working in, I believe, mode 3 correctly, what you would do is you would type in gun just at the top there and click on emulators, and just make sure each one of these gun games for the MAME and the shotgun games there is set to MAME 0.184. Now I noticed one of these, I believe it was the shotgun games, it may have been, or just the gun games, it might have been the gun games, was set to MAME full screen. Now it does have to be set to MAME 0.184, so you would click on the magnifying glass, type in MAME on the top bar, and then you will just click on the MAME 0.184. Double click on there, and that would set it up, and that will be it. That will fix the setup. You'll be able to use your Wii controllers for the gun games. Now then, I have done an update to Techno Parrot. I've left a link in another video. I'll leave a link below again in this video. So once you download the file, it will be likely in a zip file, something like this. So when you download the file, it would look something like that. That's just a zip file or a raw file, depending on what archive it is. You would right click that and you go to extract here. Now I already have it extracted to the desktop, so it's already there. As you can see, Techno Parrot update, so I'll just delete that one out. It's not a very big file, it's only like 200 meg, but what this does is if I click on Techno Parrot update and then I head to something like Let's Go Island, it has all the controller configs for player 1 and player 2 for the Wii controllers. So same with Alien and Extermination, we have coin 1, coin 2, and then we'll have all the controllers set up there. So all you would do is right click on the Techno Parrot update, go to copy, left click, and we would head into this PC, D drive, arcade, emulators, and then head all the way down, and you would, if you've already got the Techno Parrot update folder in there, you would just click on it or press left click once on it, press F2 to rename it, move over to the right and just type in old at the end. That's all you would have to do, type in old, and it would create a new folder like that, just to keep a backup of your old stuff, just in case there's an issue with the new stuff. So you've always got a backup of something somewhere, and just make sure you back it up before you do any changes. So that would then be renamed old, and then you would just paste the new folder, which I already have in there. You would right click, click paste, it will paste the new setup into that folder, and then you'll be off, ready to go. Now then, if you have the older Hyperspin setup, it's likely the Techno Parrot games aren't set up for that, for them games, so Techno Parrot might not be set up there. So what we'll need to do is go into Rocket Launcher, type in Techno at the top, just click on Techno Parrot, go to Modules, click on PC Launcher Auto Hotkey, AHK, and then go to Edit System Specific Module Settings. Now you would head down and you would find, say, Aliens Extermination. I'll leave a application link in the description below as well, like I did in the previous video. Just click on description there to put everything in alphabetical order. And this code here, this string of info here is emulator / technoparrot update / technoparrot UI.exe. Now we need that in for all these games here, which if I click on the technoparrot update shortcut, so we'll have Aliens Extermination there, we have Far Cry Paradise Lost, we have Let's Go Island. This one I am going to make for all shooters, then I'm going to make another one for solely the other new titles and stuff that comes out as well. So I'll make one solely for shooters, so any of these I'll remove. So what you need to do is just check what games is in there. So Let's Go Island, what we'll do is we'll scroll down, and I believe Golden Gun, Sega Golden, wait, because the description's in alphabetical order. So Let's Go Island 3D, make sure that whole string there is replaced with the new string, which it already is on mine. And then same with Let's Go Jungle. Will remove Let's Go Jungle Special and Let's Go Island Lost on the Island of Tropics. I'll remove that one because they're both the same game basically. Same with, if we head down to Operation Ghost, that would be changed to that. And then Rambo, that would be changed, so you would highlight there, you click paste in there. And then I believe Sega Golden Gun, that would be changed. And then House of the Dead 4 and Transformers. Now once you've done all that, just close that down, it will save. Now I've been using another method to stop the screen going larger and smaller once it exits out the systems. This usually happens on Sega Golden Gun on Technoparrot, and I believe Transformers Human Alliance. I've also fixed on the new Technoparrot update, I've also fixed the add coin, which is actually the services one there. So if you do have issues with add coin, that should be fixed on the new Technoparrot update. Now then, as for the game resolution, what you need to do is head into your E drive, which depending on what system, if you've got a deluxe control panel, the E drive will be there. You may not have as many games as I do on this one, but you will have some of them cool titles like Transformers, which comes usually standard. Now you click on Transformers and you've got this MX get HW info. So you'd right click that and go to edit with notepad. Now if you head down, just scroll down, you do have a resolution option there. Now if you change that resolution to 1920 by 1080, that will stop the exiting of the game, going smaller. Basically when you exit the game, Transformers or Sega Golden Gun, it will stop that from going to a smaller screen when it exits the system. There is another way of doing it, there's another fix without having to change that, but that's a better method anyway. And then if we just go to Sega Golden Gun, I believe that's the same. So go in there and you have that file there. You just go to edit with notepad, scroll down, and you just change that string there to 1920 to 1080. I believe it's something like 726 or something like that, or 720 and 1440 by 720 or something stupid it's set to. And that will fix that issue. All you would have to do is click file and save once you've made the changes, and that's it. Always make a backup as well. If you're unsure, just right click, go to new folder, type in backup, and then you would just copy that file and paste it in the backup folder before you make any changes, just so you know if you do mess something up or you delete or add a string of information into there. Say if you accidentally type something in and it messes up that file, then you've always got a backup of that file. So next thing, that's those fixes. What else? Right, just quickly show you how to change filters as well on, I believe, Retro Arch. I've had 1 or 2 requests, and to be honest, there's so many filters, there's so many people like different things. Some like scan lines, some like CRT look, some like HD filters and stuff like that. And I'm not here to mess around with filters for you. That's your, if you like a certain way, that's your job. I'm not here. If you think it looks crap as standard, that's your problem. It ain't mine. You want it to look a certain way, the filters are there, you can do it yourself. I'm not here to mess around for each and every machine to make it look a certain particular way. So let's head into Rocket Launcher UI, and then we want to type in, let's say, Super Nintendo. I was going through with a customer the other day on that one. Then we would head into Games, Audit, and just type in, because we were looking at Link the other day as well, so let's type in Link in there. So we'll Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past. So launch the game, and depending on the system, if it's a Retro Arch 360 or Retro Arch in the emulators, you would have to use the Xbox controllers or the arcade sticks. Now this is just a standard Retro Arch, so this would be the arcade stick. So you would hold the down button and press your second button top row, and that will bring up your Retro Arch menu. Now if we just head down to shaders, and I believe we change the shader here. Just double check as well in your video options before we actually go any further. So driver, sorry. So we're going to driver. Make sure it's set to GL or Vulkan. I believe Vulkan does another type of shaders, but we have GL there, so we'll go on to GL, and then we'll go to quick menu, go to shaders, and then we'll go to, I think it's load shader preset. And then let's have a look. Then we go to GLSL settings, and I'm not sure too much. I don't know too much on what the best shader is. So let's go for something random. What? Let's go on the Eagle, Super Eagle. Let's change it to that, and then we already have Super Eagle on there, so actually let's go to GLSL. Let's try CRT setting. Is anything with scan lines just to show a difference? Grid scan lines, let's try that. So as you can see in the background, it's already changed it to scan lines. So you would just go back, which is your second button, button 2, and button 1 is select. So button 1, button row, go to resume. As you can see, we have scan lines on there. Some people don't like the jagged edges. I'm not sure what filter fixes them. I'll have to check online. But if we just go back onto hold our coin button and press our second button top and row, sorry, coin button and the second button top row, or if it's Xbox 360 setup, it will be the add, which is a back button and your Y button. So let's go back, press your second button, bottom row, go into quick menu, sorry, go up, go to shaders, and then just change, I believe, change that shader there. You can mess around with the shaders anti and AA settings. So go on to there, and then you can add 2 or 3 shaders if you wish. You can blur, you can have there's just tons and tons of stuff. It's best just to go online and just check what the best shaders are suited for you. And as you can see, that's changed that there again. So if we go to quick menu resume, and that sort of blurs the edges off it a bit, it makes it look less jagged. But the best way to check with this game is just go into the menu, so coin and second button top row, just click restart, and usually the triangles on this menu are quite jagged anyways, which they still look quite jagged there. So I'm going to have to go maybe in and just check through the different shaders and filters on there. But that's how you do it for the RetroArch stuff. Now, if we just exit that system there. Like I say, I'll not go too deep into it, changing each and every one and going through and checking what the best filter is. That's up to you. If you don't like the looks of the machine, the current filters on there, you can go in and change them if you wish. Right then, I believe the next on the list is going to be media. So each game has got to be added to the database. To do that, we will go into PC Games Plus. So we'd hit onto PC Games Plus there, click on there, and then we'll have Edit Database. Now, if you wish to add a game, I believe I've got Days Gone on there. So let's show that as an example. So many new games, man. Right, Days Gone. It should be in DA. Have I put it in the wrong place? Am I blind? Going blind here. Where is it? Why did I not? Ah, so that's helpful because that actually has added a couple of games we have in there. So if I highlight that string there, and cut that and just bring that line up, hit enter, click paste. Right. Now that there, I'll quickly change this because I'll move them into order. Just hit enter there. Right. Now then, that looks a bit more order. So then if we go to, is that right? Yeah, that's correct. So we've now got it in a proper order. Where the hell's Days Gone again? Days Gone. There. Right, so if I wanted to add a new game and it was called Days Gone 2, what I'd do is head down to the bottom string, the end of the basically that game's string line. So There's the main game. That whole string there is one whole game added. So what I'd do is I would highlight that. I'll just go to right click, copy, then I would hit enter and just go to paste. Now that would add that game in twice, and then I would just rename the name of the game. Now everything's got to match. All the name of the game to the media, to the theme, and the videos. Basically the videos, the wheel, stuff like that is all got to be named exactly the same as the string line in here. So if I add Days Gone 2, I would have Days Gone 2 and Days Gone 2 on the wheel art, and same with the video and same with the theme. So it's all got to be named the same. The description doesn't really matter. You can have it renamed to whatever, however you like. I'll just keep it consistent. Days Gone, so on and so on. Right, I'm sorry if you can hear me budgies fighting in the background. So then, I'll just delete that out because I don't need that in. So that's how you add a game to the database. You can do it in alphabetical order like I have there, and go through and rename everything and add it however you wish. And all you would do is click File and Save. Always also make a backup in your database folder. So Hyperspin, Arcade, Databases. So where's databases? Databases, and just go into whatever system you're editing. So whether it is PC Games Plus and you're adding stuff to, make up a backup. Just make a backup of that database. And then when it comes to testing, you would make sure we're in Rocket Launcher, click on PC Games and just click Audit. If it doesn't audit, you've mistyped something, you've changed a bit of string of information, something's not right, and it'll usually tell you what line of code it is that isn't right, and then you would have to go in and edit that. Sometimes if you've really messed it up, you would have to just restore your backup of your database. You do have backups on the drive as well, which is this PC. It will be in D drive backup, and then you would have your 11TB, 16TB backup, whatever's going to be in that folder, and you would just copy and paste them files in. So as an example, if I just type 123 123 123 file, save, and then click on audit, some reason for some reason that's worked. It shouldn't do. Maybe I've got to delete that out, and then if I take the E off that, just file and save that, that should error it. It should do. There. So that tells me the error part, this database file, make sure the XML is well formed. Now it does tell you on line 643 and line 652. So if we go back into there, as you can see, 652 there is. So from that database file there, because these are all separate games, if you click them arrows, from that string there, we know that on 643 and line 652 there's something wrong. So that tells you anyways. It gives you a little indication of what's gone wrong. Sometimes you can really mess it up and you'll just never get it right again. So always make a backup just in case. So now we go to file, save, do an audit. It's all perfectly fine. If you're wondering why these are in red and not found, they are found. It's just they don't have the shortcut links to the games in I believe the PC Games Plus folder, which will just make them turn green, but other than that they work. So that's a database. I think I've went off track a little bit. So that's how you add a game. That's right. So that's how you add a game, and make sure your database is all correct. Now then, what we'll do is go into this PC. I have now installed Photoshop. You can do this on another PC. Just make sure you have these files here, which is I believe I've got them in the E drive. We'll have theme template. I'll add links to these files as well, so I'll make these files downloadable, so you'd have the theme templates and stuff in Photoshop if you've got one of my older machines. So what I'd do is I'd go into wheel template, and then just in Google I would type something like say let's say days gone.png. Then I will click on images, and then I'll just find one. You usually give it a few seconds and it will remove the background if it's a proper PNG. So as you can see on that image there, it's a blank background. On that image it has a little squares, so you know that background is transparent. These ones here that already have the squares on the image aren't transparent backgrounds. They're actually saved backgrounds as transparent, if that makes sense. So you still get the grid, which makes it harder to edit out when it comes to making your PNG images and stuff like that, making your wheel art and stuff. So as you can see, Days Gone there has the transparent background there, but doesn't have it there, which means it's a pure PNG. You can right click, go to save image as, then you will just save it in your folder. I've also added in Photoshop the WebP, so it'll allow you to open WebP images off the internet as well. So let's go to wheel template. I'd right click that, go to open with, and then I'd head to Photoshop. If you don't have Photoshop, I will put a link to that also. Right, then if we just go back into folders and then go to where we saved the image, would right click on the Days Gone, go to open with Photoshop, and I usually like to resize my image size, and I think it's 400 pixels width maybe. Let's cancel that, go to file, go to image, edit, image size, there we go. Yeah, so it's 400 pixels wide. Just saves you resizing and squashing down and stuff the images and losing quality. Just go to image, go to image size, type in 400 pixels wide, hit OK, then you'll Control A, Control C. Now you can also create a like a history of what you do, and you can record that history. So if you click on a file, you can just record what inputs you're doing, and that'll record it, and then you can apply that to your image. So right click, hold Control and V, so copy and paste that in there. Now we'll have the Days Gone logo in there. Simple. Doesn't have to be anything flashy for wheel art, you just got to know what the game is. So we'll go to File, Save As, and then if we just go back into a PC Games database, so I'll close that down a second. I always like to have the database open, then I know the exact string of name that the game should be called. So if I go PC Games Plus, oh, don't want to rename, sorry, go to edit and then Control F to find and just put day. Find next. So we'll have Days Gone. So what I like to do is just have the database just somewhere off in the corner there. And then all I do is highlight the between the quotes, just highlight that and copy it, right click and copy. So when I come to save the wheel, click File, Save As, change to PNG. We will just call that image there. Paste that, Days Gone. Click Save. Now then, we want just something simple, a YouTube downloader. And what I recommend, I'm not going to go, just in case it starts putting advertisements up and stuff like that, and I'm clicking on other people's videos and stuff. I don't want any demonetization or out like that. So I'll not bother. But go to YouTube, find a trailer of the game, and just, what the heck, we'll do it anyways. I'll show from start to finish. So let's go to YouTube downloader. Let's go to YouTube, and let's find Days Gone trailer. So we've got Days Gone trailer. We'll just, oh, I'm not signed in, so it's, right. So I want to share that anyways. So we'll just go, we'll pause the video, go to share, copy, and then hopefully that's the actual link to the trailer. We'll go into the YouTube downloader, click convert. There we go. We'll have Days Gone open world trailer. Get link. Make sure it's on MP4. Then get link. Then click download. Then it asks you to save. Go OK. Close them pop-ups down. And just close them down in general. Once it's downloaded, right, open up your download folder and then just rename it as not the link. So we'll have to go back to Days Gone, the database, Days Gone, and then just rename that file there, Days Gone. So what we need to do is cut, and then we need to paste that into the media folder. So we'll go to Hyperspin D drive, arcade, media. Have I passed it? Media. Go to PC Games Plus. PC Games Plus video, and then just paste that into there. Now we have that video in there. What you can do is, we do in our template folder, we do have themes. So what I like to do is just copy that theme there, paste it in, go back, copy the Days Gone text, rename that, just rename it Days Gone. This is the PC theme, PC Plus theme template. So you may want to edit the artwork. You can drag all these files out, re-extract them into a zip file, and you can edit all these images, make your own themes and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep everything consistent in the PC Plus games, but like I say, you can edit all that, change your themes, stuff like that. You can do a lot of work to it, make it look fully personalized. So we've now got the theme template for that, so we'll copy that, and it's named Days Gone. Click in themes and just simply paste it into that folder there. Now we'll have the wheel art to add, so we'll go back. I'll just delete that one out. That's now added, and then we'll go to wheel images. We'll have Days Gone, go to copy, go to wheel, so we'll have PC Games Plus images wheel, and then we paste that into there. Now we'll have Days Gone into there. So once we close all this down, all you would do is just give Hyperspin a run. Go into PC Games Plus and just scroll down till you find Days Gone or whatever game you've added. And as you can see, there we are. We have the game in there. Now that's all added. Now to get the game to actually load, if we just Alt and F4 out of Hyperspin, go into Rocket Launcher, go into PC Games Plus, head into PC Games Plus, go to Modules, click on PC Launcher AHK, edit system specific module. You'll click Add, you would see Days Gone in there. or whatever game you've added, you would double click that and it would add it usually right at the bottom. So what I'll do is I'll just put everything in alphabetical order. Now PC games can be a bit fiddly when it comes to adding them and stuff, and getting the load correctly. Now most games will load just like this. I like to have exit method of the game in game. Just make sure you, once you've installed your game and everything, is you just give it a run. Give the game a run from its main install folder. So if I go to Days Gone, and just make sure in the game it is set to full screen, because it can cause you issues. Just make sure the game's set to full screen in game, and then once you've run the game, close it down, and then just head into here, and then you want to just click that magnifying glass, go into the E drive, games, PC games, wherever you've installed the game itself. Usually newer games like this, if we take a look, Days Gone usually has like a engine folder, or it has like another folder within. You'd sometimes see the exe file. You'd see the exe file in the list. That's not the one you want. You want the one. Let's do an example. Street Fighter 5 is an example. Street Fighter 5. See, so we'll have the application there. Now you would ignore that application file and just have a look to see if there's another application file in the PC games, which there is on this one. So we head in Street Fighter 5. It's usually the name of the game or the name of the publisher or developer of the game. Go into binaries, Win64, then you would have the game application in there. That's the one you want to direct it to, not the one that's just in the main folder, unless it is just in the main folder. Usually 64-bit games are in a new binaries Win64. This string of files here is our Xbox controller setups. I believe I've done a video of that in the past, how to set up PC fighting games and stuff. Then you would redirect to that exe file there. Days Gone is the same, so if we just go into Days Gone, head into there, engine, binaries, no, see, I've got it wrong, bend game, binaries, Win64, Days Gone. So now we have the application linked to it. You can leave wait, app wait exe blank, and you can also leave that to default if you wish. Launch the game, see if it launches, see if you get any errors. If you get an error, then add the name of the exe file straight into wait exe there. So you'd paste that into there, and then you'll change the exit method to in-game. Launch the game.
Loading.
Sometimes as well, you've just got to wait for the game to boot correctly. Leave it a few moments as well. Some games can be really nitpicky of loading in correctly. Sometimes you've got to run the application as well to run as administrator. Sometimes you've got to turn it off. Sometimes you've got to change the DPI settings in the exe file to load in correctly. PC games can be a little fiddly, so if you do get error messages, just hit us up and I'll try and work out with you how to get the game loading correctly, because sometimes a game will load perfectly fine. A few moments in, you'll get an error message pop up and it'll try and kick you back to Hyperspin, or it will kick back to Hyperspin and you'll hear the background noises in the background. There's also other methods. You can create script files and stuff to launch a game, to tell your game to launch a certain exe file, launch other software as well in the background. all different things you can do. So as you can see, the game loads there. So as PC games go, when you quit the desktop, it will quit you back to Hyperspin. Now, because we've launched it from Rocket Launcher, it has kicked back to Rocket Launcher itself. And that's it, really. Like I say, there's a bit of playing around with some games. Most games are straightforward, especially Win64 games are usually straightforward. You direct to the exe file. I usually just add weird exe file just in case there's any issues, and then change the exit method in game, and that is it. Right then, just to let everyone know that the pricing of the SHAR-KADE custom arcades are going up. I'm gonna have to sit down and work out what the extra cost is gonna be, because Sanwa sticks at the moment are getting limited in stock. There's also 8TB hard drives have gone up in price as well, so them have shot right up in price, and they're getting quite limited for the Seagate drives. GPU prices have went even higher, man, to the point it's actually more than double than what the original price of the RTX 2060 graphics cards were. So I don't really know what's going to happen later in the future, if you're even going to be able to get your hands on a GPU, an RTX card. But like I say, the pricing of the RTX cards at the moment has literally doubled in price. So I'm going to have to adjust my prices now. I've spent the past 4-5 months keeping my prices low, keeping them basically keeping them exactly the same, and just whatever price inflation has been, I've took them hits in my profits. Now it's starting to really show in my profit margins, basically how much of a hit it is giving us. Like I say, there's other aspects as wood cutting, as everything that is starting to cost more, so the prices are going up. I'm a little disappointed because obviously I only like to sell a machine what I think it's worth to me, and I know the quality of my machines beats a lot of people's out there. It shows a lot of cabinet builders up in regards of quality and build and finishing stuff, and as you can see on my builds, it is a lot of time and effort goes into them, but I do like to keep me prices and everything fair, and it is killing us basically that I've got to add quite a few £100 up more on. I know there's some people that don't really care and they would have paid anyways, but there is people that do save up a long time to get one of my machines, and it's a little disappointing that some may have to just wait longer and save up more, because they aren't cheap units. So yeah, hopefully things do level out again, and then I'll drop my prices right down. I mean, as soon as the RTX 30 series cards become widely available at a reasonable price as well, they will overtake the RTX 2060 cards. And once the RTX 2060 cards actually go down to the price they should be, which I think they should only be now with the 30 series cards out, should only be a good 150-200 quid a card, so them would then take over my standard builds, I believe, and then I suppose the focus would be on whether you have an 8TB, 11TB. That would actually knock the pricing down as well, because 11TB and stuff would be standard. Even the 16TB would be standard on a RTX 2060, so that would bring hopefully the costs right down. So fingers crossed things get back to normal, card prices and everything become a normal, go back to normal, and everything just ends up how it should be. because like I say, I'm excited for the future, because obviously there's RTX mini PCs out as well, RTX 2060 ones, which were on the market just before the massive price inflations and stuff. So them would be a standard. I could do a 16TB deluxe arcade control panel with all the next gen titles on there, which would be ridiculous, man. Something so powerful in such a small unit, with the capabilities of playing 2K at least, and then hopefully in the future they do a RTX 30 series with 4K capabilities, and so on and so on. So like I say, that's what I really wanted to discuss finally in the video, is just what is going to be changing, and hopefully we can get back to a normal. Like I say, I have held off for so many months, man. I've held off as long as I can. I've been taking them hits left, right and centre, and me profits. I mean, the deluxe control panels I haven't really been making much of a profit on. Them have also went up in price as well. So like I say, I'll come back with a reasonable price if I can, the best possible price, and then we'll go from there. So like, share, subscribe to the videos, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch us in the next one. Bye.